be the plan behind the Federal Reserve's move to cut a key interest rate today. And President-elect Obama is already talking about drastic measures once he takes office to stimulate the economy. Joining us now to talk more about finances and the economy is our friend Chris Markowski, the watchdog on Wall Street. Hello, Chris.
How are you?
I'm good. This interest rate cut today, can you explain a little bit more about it and maybe what it means to the average wage earner out there?
Well, we saw the markets rocket today.
That was great.
Dow was up big ahead of time because they were expecting an interest rate cut. What the Fed did is they said, hey, listen, we're going to bring the rate down, which for all intents and purposes, it's been down there anyway, between 0 and 1/4%. But what they did was they said, you know what, we're going to extend this for as long as it needs to be. We're going to keep it long for an extended period of time, but we're also going to be going to a greater degree into the agency and also mortgage-backed security market, buying up those securities, which then in turn is going to help force down mortgage rates. This is what really stimulated. It was the pixie ducks over the market today, this afternoon, which drove it to the roof.
Okay, so that means folks can maybe refinance their home mortgages at a lower rate?
Yes. I mean, this is what I like to see happen, what I like to see many Americans do that have gotten themselves caught to some degree, is basically do a restart right now. Go out there, see if you can get yourself a better rate. For all you people that have got home equity lines, your payments are going to be coming down because it's attached to prime more often than not. People who have credit card debt, you may want to get that in line. You'll be able to maybe find some better deals out there. This is going to be all stimulative to the overall economy, and it's good for the consumer.
Well, that's good to hear. I've got to ask you about this guy by the name of Madoff. He is making headlines all across the country. The scam he has pulled off, the millions and maybe billions he has cost people. What can you tell us about this guy, and how did he do it?
Bernie Madoff is no different, and this is kind of what I've been doing. This is how I got my start, going after penny stock fraud and con artists and whatnot and covering them and trying to actually expose them. He's no different than the penny stock operators or some of these other guys out there. These people are brilliant at convincing other people that they're brilliant and that they've got some magic, formula that they can show everybody. He used affinity. Affinity fraud is one of the big ones out there, using his connections within the Jewish community and the people he knew in Palm Beach, New York, Westchester County, to rope many people in. Now, we're only hearing the stories of the big names, the Mort Zuckermans, the Steven Spielbergs, these big names that have lost money with this guy. But I'm taking the phone calls from the retirees that woke up. I mean, this is, imagine waking up, Dave. Imagine waking up in the morning and having nothing. Zero.
I have heard people have lost their life savings.
Everything. Retirees, 65, 70, 80 years old, thought they had $1 million saved. They were living off that money. They wake up, they have zero.
Okay, for the retirees at home, if you get approached by something like this, what are things to look for? What should they do? Well,
first and foremost, if it sounds too good to be true, it's too good to be true.
I've heard that so many times.
There's nobody out there that can show you 12 to 15% return year after year. Doesn't matter what the market conditions are. You have to understand that what the markets can do and what their limitations are. You've also got to be very, very wary. And I tell this people all the time: affinity fraud. Anybody who uses the Bible, the Torah, the Quran, the Gita, I don't care, to help sell any type of investment is a con artist. Avoid them.